Hi, I'm Mrs S from Steps to Success Maths. In this video, we're working through GCSE exam style questions on tree diagrams. We're going to start with the easiest and work through to the hardest. Pause the video, have a go, and we'll go through it together step by step. The probability of a football team winning the next two games is shown in the tree diagram below. Work out the probability the team wins both games. So let's take a look at the tree diagram. Game 1, you've got two outcomes, win and does not win. When you add those two outcomes together, you get 1. So when you look down, like in a column, on a tree diagram, these will add to 1. And then if you look at game 2, each of these options, again, will add to 1. And we've got wins is a third and does not win is 2/3. And if you think of tree diagrams as pathways that you walk along, you have to walk the route that you want. So you want to win, so walk along here, and then you want to win again. So you've got 3/10 and 1/3. And when you say and you walk along this path, you multiply. 3/10 times 1/3 is 3/30. Which we can cancel down to 1/10. Elsie catches the bus to work. The tree diagram shows the probabilities of the bus arriving on time and late on Monday and Tuesday. Complete the tree diagram. Okay, so look at Monday. You've got on time and late, two options. On time is 0.8, so whatever's left to add to 1 must be late. So that's 0.2. And then on Tuesday, on time is 0.7, so late must be 0.3. The two options have to add to 1. And we can put that in the other slot as well. Now we're going to work out the probability that the bus is late on both days. So walk the route you want. Late on Monday, late on Tuesday. So that's 0.2 times 0.3, which is 0.06. A bag contains red counters and green counters. There are 5 red counters and 3 green counters in the bag. A counter is picked at random, the colour recorded and then put back in the bag. Another counter is picked at random and the colour recorded. Okay, so let's look at our tree diagram. We've got first counter, red or green. Second counter, red or green. So how many reds? Well, there are 5 out of how many counters? Well, 5 at 3 is 8. So 5/8 is the probability we get a red first counter. And remember the two outcomes add to 1, or you can see that there are 3 green counters. So 3 out of 8. And then because we put the counter back in the bag, those probabilities don't change for the second counter. So 5/8 and 3/8 and 5/8 and 3/8. And now we need to work out the probability that the two counters are the same colour. So what options give you the same colour? You could have red and red or green and green. So walk your two routes. Red, red, green, green. Start with the red one. Red and red is 5/8 times 5/8, which is 25/64. And then green, green is 3/8 times 3/8, which is 9/64. And because you've got a choice of two routes, it increases the chance of it happening, so you add your two answers together. 25/64 plus 9/64. So remember, you don't add the bottom number, the denominator, so that's still out to 64. So we've got 34 out of 64, and we could cancel that to 17/32. Toby has 2 boxes. In the first box, there are 4 green marbles and 6 orange marbles. In the second box, there are 5 orange marbles and 3 black marbles. Complete the tree diagram. So let's do the first box. 4 green marbles, 6 orange. So in total you have 10 marbles. 4 out of 10 are green and 6 out of 10 are orange. It does cancel, but you don't need to. You can just use the information as it's given. And then in the second box, we've got 5 orange and 3 black. So it's out of 8. 5 out of 8 for orange and 3 out of 8 for black. And the same again, 5 out of 8 and 3 out of 8. Now part B asks that we work out the probability that Toby picks 2 orange marbles. So walk the route, orange and then orange. 6 over 10 times 5 over 8. That's 30 over 80, which is 3 over 8 if you cancel it down. William is playing a game. He throws 2 balls aiming for a target. The probability William hits the target on the first throw is 1/5. The probability he hits the target on the second throw is 1/4. Complete the tree diagram. So first throw, we've got 1/5 hit. So what do we have as miss? It must be 4/5, the alternative option. And remember, the 2 options add to 1. Then in his second throw, we've got 1/4 hit. So we must have 3/4 miss. And then it must repeat underneath, 1/4 and 3/4. Work out the probability that William hits the target at least once. So at least is an important phrase. At least. So he could hit it and hit it. He could hit it and miss it. Or he could miss it and hit it. So we've actually drawn 3 paths. The only one we can't use is miss and miss. So you could go along each path and work it out. So 1/5 times 1/4 plus 1/5 times 3/4 plus 4/5 times 1/4. So that's 1 over 20 plus 3 over 20 plus 4 over 20, which is 8 over 20 or 2/5. Or you could use another way to do it, and you could say the only path I don't want is this last one. And because I know all the outcomes add to 1, I could do 1 take away the last path. So 1 take away 4/5 times 3/4. And if you do that, you'll also get 2/5. Seth is going to play 1 game of darts and 1 game of pool. The probability he will win the game of darts is 0.7. The probability he will win the game of pool is 0.4. Work out the probability that Seth will win exactly 1 game. Now this question doesn't tell you that you need to draw a tree diagram, but because there's 2 events and lots of different probabilities, you'll find it really helpful. So your first game you're going to play is darts. You can win or lose. Win is 0.7, so lose must be what's left to make it up to 1, so 0.3. And then the second game is pool. Win or lose, win or lose. And win must be 0.4, so lose is 0.6. And then we repeat it, 0.4 and 0.6. So the probability of winning exactly 1 game. So you could win and then lose, or lose and then win. So we've got 0.7 times 0.6, or 0.3 times 0.4. And we're going to add our 2 options together. So 0.42 plus 0.12 is 0.54. So the probability of winning exactly 1 game is 0.54. As always, I've linked a free worksheet with work solutions so that you can keep practicing this skill. Remember, subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss out on any free worksheets or videos. I'm covering the whole of GCSE Maths.